I wish I could start this video off by saying I don't like to talk about politics, but that's a complete lie. As a Country Humans YouTuber person, that's pretty much inevitable. But I just wanted to talk about what's been going on recently with Ukraine. This video is unscripted. I just have bullet points that I'm gonna go off of because I wanted to not waste my time writing this long script. But there are going to be timestamps in the description for different parts of the video. The point is I'm trying to raise a bit of money for the Ukraine Crisis Relief Fund, which is linked in the description. So if you already know about the situation and just want to hear about how you can help, just skip to the bit at the end, I guess. So unless you live under a rock, you've definitely heard about the Ukraine situation. The circumstances are rapidly changing, but I'll go through a quick rundown of what we know at the time of writing the script. So, early in the morning of February 24th, Putin announced a quote-unquote special military operation in Donbass, which is a region of Ukraine. I'm sure you know that there was a military buildup beforehand along the border of Russia and Ukraine and neighboring Belarus. Also, 3 days beforehand, on February 21st, Putin recognized two separatist regions. I'm about to butcher the pronunciation, but Donetsk and Lugansk. Shortly after the declaration of the quote-unquote special military operation, which is just an invasion, explosions were heard in major cities, including Kiev, the nation's capital, as Russia started firing missiles. A couple hours later, troops from Belarus attacked as well, and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky declared martial law. So they have a curfew in place and everything to protect people. Separatists backed by Russia had also been participating in the attack, and previously there had been violence in the separatist regions, but nothing like this. This is literally a full-scale invasion, and Ukraine and many other countries, including the United States, have acknowledged it as such. At this point, the Russians have taken over several airports. They also took over the Chernobyl site, so that's concerning. A U.S. official did say, quote, "There is greater resistance from the Ukrainians than the Russians expected." But at this time, as of now, 300 deaths have been reported, including children. So, most likely, Ukraine is not going to win this fight. Russia is too strong. That being said, this is going to be an uphill battle for Russia. Ukrainians are not going to give up their country easily. They're going to keep meeting resistance, and in the long run, I don't really think this is over. Even if Russia does successfully take all of the territory, they're still going to be fighting. You know, this isn't completely over, but as for the current situation, I don't think Russia is going to be put in a position where it needs to back off, unfortunately. Secondly, nobody's going to do anything. Putin knows that he can get away with this. He's an evil, dangerous man, and he's literally trying to build the Soviet Union up again. I'm not saying he's going, oh yeah, communism, let's go. He wants the territory, and he knows he can get away with it since Ukraine was a former Soviet republic. But there's not going to be a draft in any country besides Ukraine. You guys are all complaining and getting scared about World War III and a draft or whatever when Ukrainians are literally getting blown up, which kind of blows my mind, but hey, pop off, I guess. But only war would come if they attacked a neighboring NATO country like Poland by accident. They aren't really known for their missile accuracy in Russia, so, God forbid, but no one's going to do anything. No other country is going to join this fight, at least in the sense of putting troops on the ground. They're just going to put sanctions on Russia, and sanctions don't work. They just make things worse for the lower class, and in turn, that lower class becomes vulnerable to being brainwashed by a tyrannical government. We saw this in Germany after World War I. Sanctions are not going to affect the government. They're not going to affect the people who are responsible for invading Ukraine. That being said, about it affecting the lower class, protests in Russia have begun. There have been a bunch of anti-war protests in major cities, and as of recording, about 1,800 people have been arrested, which is not a good thing that they're being arrested, but it shows to me that this is not like an us versus them situation. Putin is not representative of the Russian people, and those protesters are really brave to put themselves in danger to try to stand up for what's right. Like I said earlier in the video, I want to try to at least do a little bit of work to provide relief if I can. I've said before that I'm gonna launch merch at 50k subscribers, but I'm gonna do it a little early because it's an emergency, and I'm gonna donate 100% of the profits to the Ukraine Crisis Relief Fund. I understand that not many people want to donate directly because they don't really get anything out of it, and if you're tight on money, I wouldn't really blame you for not wanting to give it away. However, I highly recommend that you do donate directly if you can and or want to, but I will say again that 100% of the profit I make selling these designs will go to charity. There aren't a lot of designs up right now, but, this has been a really sudden thing. It kind of all happened overnight, but I'll also be donating all the money made on this video from AdSense. So, yeah, the links are in the description whether you want to donate directly or buy a shirt or a sticker or something. I know I'm a small channel. We're not gonna raise $5,000. But I do believe in giving where you can, and if this video makes any kind of difference, even if it just raises awareness, it will have done its job. If you don't have the money, I would encourage you to share this video because, again, the AdSense money will go to the relief fund as well. I can't speak. I need a drink of water. People were bitching last time I did a PSA about a global crisis because I quote, won't make much of a difference. And, you're right, but, I guess I'm not allowed to give a shit, but I still give a shit. I give several shits. I should have scripted this video. Again, I know this won't do very much to help the situation, but I don't want to sit here and not say anything, because people are suffering, and if I am able to bring that to the forefront of anybody's mind to the point where they do anything, then, I'm gonna spend 30 minutes of my life editing a short YouTube video. So, once again, the links to donate are in the description. The merch is also in the description. Again, 100% of proceeds will go to the relief fund. I don't really know what else to say. I probably should have scripted the ending at least, but if you do live in or around Ukraine or know people in Ukraine, please stay safe. We support you, and fuck Putin. This video is a hot mess.